Well, hello there and welcome to issue number 7 of the forecast for 2014, the year of the horse. And as you know, it starts on the 31st of January this year, and it goes all the way around to the 18th of February 2015. This issue is all about the Libra and all their Eastern combinations. If you're not sure which Eastern animal you are, that concerns the year you were born, just check through my previous videos, or if I haven't uploaded one about that combination, then just message me on here or email me or anything like that, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, let's start straight away with, you know, as I said, we're in the year of the horse. Let's start straight away with the Libra horse. Now, it's going to be a wonderful year for the Libra horse. It always, you know, always works out that when we come into our permutations of 12 years, which the horse is, like all the rest is, you know, significant things happen in those years. You know, when you're 24, 36, 48, etc. like that. Some normally life-changing events happen, and this year for the Libra horse is going to be a really strong year, financially, business-wise. If there's certain hobbies that you enjoy doing, you know, take a chance on them. If you know if you want to take that chance and make it a business, this is the year to start it, because everything's really favourable for the horse. The horse looks in a good light in its own year, they shine through their skills. Yes, they're a little bit unpredictable, the Libra horse being a little bit more indecisive than most horses. It slows the horse down a little, and that helps. It helps very much because they can articulate, and then they can make a much more processed decision about where they're going or the way they're going to attack a business plan, etc. And they're normally very, very successful. Very good, strong workers as well. So anything to do with work, they can make that pay. Likewise, romance-wise, a very loyal combination, this, the Libra horse, and if they're looking for their special match, then this is a very good year to find that match, because, as I say, everything in the sense of love is well aspected as well. So look at my previous videos for the Libra horse and find out your best matches, as I put them down there in the video that concerns just you. Okay, also having a very, very good year is the Libra dog. Now, the Libra dog, as we know, with the anxiety and sometimes the indecision, can really upset this really charming, loving, caring combination. Well, this year it's not going to be one for where they're going to be worrying so much. Things are going to be a lot calmer. They can be their loving, sort of caring self. The home is in a lot better shape. Their partner is in a lot better shape. They're not worrying so much about them, because they can get a little bit jealous, and they can also sort of fly into tempers on occasions when the scales tip. The Libra dog can, you know, get some thoughts into their heads, and they can strike out. This is going to be a year where there's going to be not so much conflict at all, and one where they can relax, be caring, as I say, and just concentrate on just doing what they do well. They're good workers as well, this combination, and they're going to accrue some good money, and it's all going to be orientated around the family, so it's very, very pleasing for the Libra dog this year. Also, up for a very fine year is going to be the Libra goats. The Libra goats is going to be finding that tranquility that they desire. Sometimes they like to be very isolated and bohemian and get one with nature. They can have these weeks away, weekends away, and just really, really get into that, recharge their batteries, and really get into that, you know, gentleness that they crave, because as we know, the world can be a bit aggressive, and they don't enjoy that at all. It can really upset the Libra goats' mentality, and they can lose faith with society. But this is a year when they're going to get their faith restored a bit. There's a lot more kindness floating about towards them, and there's a lot more sort of acceptance for the way they are, which is, that's all they want. They just want a little bit of acceptance to say, yes, I'm a little bit different. You know, they're very artistic and very creative. So it could be a year of creating stuff, normally on their own, their endeavours, but they can also work fantastic in a group, in the sense of, as long as you leave them and don't rush them, then you will get the best out of the Libra goat, always. The next three in my section are going to be ones that are going to be having a very decent year, solid. And we go to the Libra Pig. The Libra Pig is coming out of a very tough year, really. Things to do with the home and maybe matters of the heart have really sort of unsettled them. They felt a little bit lacking in confidence. They felt it not very easy to get close, like they, you know, the normal pig need is to be very tactile and very sort of cuddly and very together. Well, they found it very difficult in the last year because they've been worried and preoccupied with, one, money, which the Libra Pig can accrue a lot of money, but they've found there's been a big dent in that. And two, they've been worried about the house, the roof, everything, the plumbing, and things like that have all come in and sort of distracted them a bit, and they've sort of lost that sort of romance a little, but it will come back, and that sort of touch and caress that you need, and it's very important in your life to make you feel wanted, is going to come back. And as I say, it's a much better year for you to relax a little. Also, it's going to be a very, very solid year for the Libra Tiger. This is the justice sign. They're going to be very at the head of, and at the front of things. They're going to be looking for promotions to do with foremanship, shop floors, you know, an excellent worker again. And also, you know, they're going to be heard this year. Last year they probably felt that they were not quite heard as much as they needed to be. Felt a few injustices were going along, and then once again this is another Libra that can get affected by the surroundings of society, thinking that the world's gone mad and it's a pretty cruel place. But you're going to be reinvigorated, especially people and close friends are going to just reignite that sort of passion for humanity, and it's going to be right back in there, and you're going to have a very solid, decent year. Also, it's going to be a very strong year for the Libra Dragon. The Libra Dragon, they say they make their own luck, and that is very true to a certain extent, because the dragon pushes along the Libra's decision making. They're a lot more forthright, but they're very, very charming, and they're going to be making great headway in new business partnerships, getting new clientele. They're normally their own businesses owners, but they're going to be attracting new business. Their charm's going to be there, and their decisions are going to be, you know, pretty sound. And there's going to be not so much trouble in the work market for them this year, and I can only see it, you know, getting stronger and stronger. The next three I'm going to mention are going to have a very watchful year, where it's not going to be a complete disaster, but there's going to be spells where they're going to have to sort of just batten down the hatches a bit to make sure that it doesn't snowball or, like the domino effect, become worse. They need to get out of the scenarios quickly, and with their what they're armed with, all of the combinations are armed with tools to get out of situations. So just be watchful, get out of these situations as quick as possible, and then, you know, so just be very wary this year. It's not going to be a disaster, but there's things that could possibly throw you really out of kilter. Okay, and let's start straight away with the Libra Rooster. They're going to have a little bit of a tough time of it, a very tough cookie, the Libra Rooster. Sometimes they're misunderstood as well, but they could find these misunderstandings happening, and it's going to be concerning money. They can fluctuate money-wise, being very flush one moment, being a little bit low the next. Is going to go like that. You must curb your generosity a bit this coming year, because funds may dry up here and there, and you may not, you know, be able to get your hands on ready cash as you normally might. Things can just sort of pop in there and, oh, I didn't expect that was coming along. But, you know, just be a little bit watchful with the money and get out of those situations quick, because you are very tough. You normally deal with your situations in your own way, but just be very wary there and watchful, because then it can unsettle you and make you very anxious. It doesn't take a lot for the rooster to worry. The Libra's pretty decent at levelling that out, and it does help the rooster, but this is a chance where the worries could snowball and giving you sort of you know, a pretty bad time. Also in this section is the Libra Monkey. The Libra Monkey loves to be, you know, busy, fingers in pies. They like to be involved, but they're going to have to be wary of the flattery. This is a year when the monkey can get duped a little bit, in the sense of they're very streetwise, don't get me wrong. The Libra Monkey is one of the people on the street who knows what's going on. They know where to get stuff when they need stuff. But this is a year where they could be tricked, and it can be concerning travel, and it can be concerning businesses. Really look into the stuff. Don't just take people on that face value or selling the idea to you just verbally. Really look at the figures and any travel arrangements. Really study where you're going to actually be, or you know, it's not all that it's going to be made up to be. So really get out there and study this. It's very important. Also, it's going to be a tough year for the Libra Ox. Indecision sometimes can plague the Libra Ox, and this could be a year where they really feel under pressure to make quick decisions. I would advise, try and lose the pressure and don't make those rash decisions, because normally the Libra Ox, once they've made that rash decision, they then beat themselves up for ages and ages. They then turn on themselves, and that can be the worst thing that can happen. Take your time as normal. Even though you feel as though the pressure's coming on top, just make them wait. It's going to feel a little bit like that. You feel as though things are going to be a little bit too fast, or a little bit too snapping at you a bit, but just do it your way. Take your time, mull it over, and then when you've made that decision, go with it with passion and don't look back, because I don't want this to be a year where you're continually berating yourself or really having a go at yourself and being unkind, because everybody else around you will suffer because of this as well, and you'll be even quieter than normal. The next three on my list are going to have a very tricky time. This is a year where they do really need to really arm themselves, get people close to them, get them talking, sharing their problems here, because this is going to be, no doubt about it, a tricky time. But we can get through it, and we can get stronger through these tricky times. That's the great thing about it. If we know we've had a tough year, it only makes us stronger and better, because we think, hey, I'm more resourceful now, and you can actually feel quite good about yourself and make some great friends in that time. You know, people who stand by you in the bad times are the ones that, you know, the ones that, you know, you want in your life continually, not the ones that you flicker and flatter. So the first on this list is going to be the Libra Rabbit. They love luxury in their home. They really do enjoy making people feel welcome. They love the family environment. They really enjoy the extended family as well. They love their cousins, their aunts, uncles, etc. Well, this is a year when there's going to be quarrels concerning that. The Libra doesn't like quarrelling. They like to look at it diplomatically and say, look, you know, how can we solve this best? But there's going to be a couple of people in the family scenario that don't want this to happen. They're hell-bent on having a row. You've just got to just knuckle down and sort of try not to get involved. But if it's concerning your house, I know you'll fight tooth and nail. So there could be little problems to do with the house, and also money, which that is your security blanket, and be very wary of that. It's going to be a tough year as well for the Libra Snake. The ultimate charmer, the Libra Snake doesn't really have too many worries. They take their time. They're very brilliant to talk to. They're great conversationalists. But this could be a year when they've got a bit of residue from past relationships, and they become a little bit sentimental, melancholy even, and this can maybe possibly lead to a bit of depression this year. It's prone for you for this year. You know, we're in a tough year of the horse, and it can make you a little bit, oh, I wish that could have happened, I wish that could, you know, that would have happened with such a partner. Well, it didn't, and it's in the past for a reason. You really have to cut yourself out there, or get talking to someone to talk you out of getting dark, shall we say. And Libra Snake's normally a very positive sign, and people will know there's something wrong, so don't worry. People will be at hand to say, hey, you're not yourself, and they'll be there to talk to. It's going to be a real tough year. Last but not least, for the Libra rats, everything from money. I wouldn't go in looking for a relationship this year if you could possibly help it, or look at your perfect matches, because this is a year where you're going to get pretty heartbroken. You're a great talker, Libra rat, so get out there talking to your friends, have your family around you, because you're going to need them. Money's going to be tight, everything's going to be like it's raining against you, but just keep going through. It's a wheel, it'll turn, it's going to go round, and if you get through this year, you're going to feel very good at the end of it, because you think, wow, I achieved that, I've got through that, and now let me count the people who were there, and let's rebuild that bank balance. Okay, thank you for tuning in, and all you Libras out there, I wish you all the very best for the year.